More Robots Arc? More Gundam? Wow, you really don't know what game to do next, do you? Well, yeah, that's true. So that's why today I'm looking at the precursor to the Gundam Versus series, the game I spoke of in my previous review. Mobile Suit Gundam Federation vs. Zeon DX for Deluxe for the PS2. Capcom made this game. Huh. Same guy who designed Marvel and Strider 2 Techromancer. Maybe I'll talk about that one down the line. Federation vs. Zeon started off as an arcade game in 2001. Surprising no one, it was Japan only. From what I know of the arcade version, only the arcade route is open to play. If it's like the sequel, that is. I had the sequel in an arcade that I used to work at. Following that arcade edition was an upgraded version of the game, apparently adding space battles. And that upgraded game? That was ported to the PS2 and Dreamcast. The PS2 version sports more content than that of the Dreamcast, but the Dreamcast, that has a version with better graphics, sporting much bigger character portraits and sharper looking models and textures. The PS2 version makes it look like I took off my glasses and stared at my gunpla. The game is played a lot like other Gundam vs. Gundam games. You get 4 buttons in movement, not including AI commands. They're shoot, jump or boost, melee, and target switch. There are some sub-moves using combinations of the buttons, but not all the mobile suits have those combinations. This also has the introduction of the cost bar. You can't tell how much you cost, so it's hard to tell if dying will make you lose or not. The game still does have the whole height has the advantage. Obi-Wan wasn't wrong, because AI, they have trouble climbing things. So let's talk game modes. Arcade mode is your bog standard arcade mode that you find in any fighting game. You go through a few missions after selecting your character and see if you get a high score. You get to choose between a few routes for a few different stages, but it all ends up the same anyway. This is pretty much the only mode you get in the Dreamcast version. Versus mode is what it sounds like. 2-player, local, versus. Like a very early Gundam Versus. Nothing special, but the start of something pretty amazing. The Dreamcast and PS2, in Japan, sported an online versus mode. The Dreamcast lacks a local versus mode. I didn't notice one, if there was one. The last mode in this game is the campaign, a tacked-on mode for the PS2 version of the game. Like I said before, the game sports more content than that of the Sonic console version. This campaign is pretty massive in terms of a tacked-on mode. It has around 100 or so missions for each faction of the game, making it around 200 missions. In it, you play a character you name, so you, a nameless, faceless grunt, tasked with going everywhere during the 1-year war. You're given a grunt mobile suit at first, a real piece of shit. You then are thrust into your first outing as a soldier. Kill your enemies that have some pretty bad but pretty aggressive AI. So pretty much, you're like fighting me in real life. You end up traveling the world of Gundam 0079, both in space and on Earth itself, visiting iconic areas like New York. New York? Why is it mistranslated so many times? What the fuck? You also fight some iconic battles that main characters will solo for you. Because, you know, fuck you, you nameless, faceless mook. No one will remember you. You also get to experience what it's like to get your ass forked by Amuro, or Gelgooged by Char. The missions lack variation. It's along the lines of kill 10 enemies, protect your really dumb teammates who have a tendency to really want to die, escort mission, destroy a mobile armor, or wait a timer out. You end up fighting on the same maps a lot, and that's not really an issue. The issue that comes with it is music is tied to the stage. Almost every mission you're stuck listening to Gallant Char or whatever that song is called with the theremin on repeat. And it's not even the full song, it's like 40-second loops. Then you make it to Jaburo, and it's like 6 missions in a row. Just playing Soldiers of Sorrow over and over again, you just wanna fucking kill yourself. You know, like Camille in the Zeta Gundam novel. Going through missions, you get new weapons and new mobile suits, stronger ones with more health, more ammo, more damage. You finally end up at the Battle of Abawaku. Then the game just suddenly ends when you complete your objective. You don't really get much of a story in the campaign, as it is just a tacked-on mode. But you do get to relive some fun battles. Though mobile armor AI is really bad in fighting ships and tanks, you just wedge yourself into them and just mash melee till it dies. Like I said previously, you get repeating tracks, as there are only like, 6 tracks in the game? To their credit, it's actual music from the anime, but boy does it get annoying. I'm all for official music. Hell, I was worried that Gundam Versus wouldn't have official music, but that weird Dynasty Warriors Gundam OST. But come on, at least finish the song. The roster for this game is solid. It has all the suits that you'd remember from the anime. You'd end up missing out on variations from like side stories and whatnot, but you still get all the big boys. In my previous video, I said that you should go out and play this, rather than Rise from the Ashes. I still sort of stand by it. While it's not as good as how it was in my memories, it still holds its place in history. It still sports quite a few mobile suits. It has tacked-on campaign that can be fun. Just try not to play it all in one go, or you're gonna want to kill yourself. It's good. It's just not that good. What game am I gonna do next? Well, it's about time I do a co-op game. Maybe. We'll see.